Welcome back to Project Brupeg, the story of a sunken, stripped-out trawler being converted into a full-on expedition boat.
Building a trawler is often about something that you don't expect. In this case, shoveling sand. 3 ton of it so far. We have to do it with buckets, and this is all of the leftover stuff from our sandblasting internally.
Down the moon and give that to
full of water pissing out of the truck.
So we decided that the other night we were just standing around the boat, just talking, just getting our head back in the work, and after a day's break, and we realised this scrap metal area here is like a big anchor at the front of the boat, at the bow. A psychological anchor, if you will.
Yeah.
So we decided to bring this forward a little bit. I've been hoping to do it for about 2 months, so
yeah,
I finally got Damien's agreement, which was awesome. So we're going to take loads to the scrap yard. So we'll break it up into different metals. So right now we're doing mild steel. We'll do stainless and we'll do aluminium separately. So yeah, we'll do each pile, just empty each pile as we go.
I'm prioritising into it what's the easiest to replace if we throw something out that we need.
Yeah, but I'm not worried if we make a mistake. You know, we're at that stage of the build where we're not needing that much metal.
Yeah.
If we needed something, we could replace it really easily. So, and we've got a great scrapyard in town, so
yeah.
I'm not worried. I think it's worth it. I don't think we'll make a mistake. We're editing as we go, so what we'll need and what we won't. But at some point, there'll just be a chain and a real anchor
dangling off the boat.
off the front of the boat. So that's the goal.
Yeah. There we go.
Ah.
Delicate wee little one.
It's really cute.
It's too small for almost everything. You could maybe use it.
Yeah, but it's so cute.
You could maybe have it in the kitchen. Maybe hang a utensil off it. Just one.
One on that side and one on that side.
Yeah, that'll do, yeah.
Oh, what can I use this for? I don't want to give it. It's so cute.
stars and sun on separated rings.
That chain can go, eh?
Yeah, the chain can go.
It all in a paper bag for you. Have a nice day. All the gods and all the angels got them waiting at your table. It's giving you my heart was not enough. One thing's true.
You kind of need air protection.
Yeah.
Bag's not clean there. That's your responsibility.
Can you look after the paintwork better?
How about showing a little respect?
Hey?
How about showing a little bit of respect?
Thought I was. Ashes to ashes, rust to rust.
Just don't break that window, okay? That's all I ask.
Have a nice day. All the gods and all the angels got them waiting at your table.
That's awesome for you to start with.
Yep.
Was not enough.
The front's starting to get cleared. In the back of the truck, starting to get full. This is scrap run number 1. We got a little bit of dirt on the truck. Nothing that a sturdy bit of ignoring won't fix.
You realise you got that stuff on the front, the bonnet.
No, I didn't.
Well done.
This is my working list for today. So if we can get through that, I think we've done well. Down the end of our industrial working yard, the boys are sandblasting with their big screw compressor. So rather than work in the workshop, I've set up on the quiet side of the boat, relatively. What I need to do is fair this. This is our plinth. You can see along this front here, we've got like a grey coloured paint. That's Jodomastic 90. It's on top of a epoxy that's soaked into the wood. We need to go through and fair that. It's a high build primer basically. That's why I'm using it on this particular instance. It's probably not the ideal thing, it's more of a metal paint, but it really doesn't matter. It's just a layer that we need to sand back and fair. We have to get that looking beautiful because that's the bit you see. So that's faired up nicely. Now I haven't been able to get right into that edge, but I don't need to. I'm actually going to put a big radius on that with some epoxy fairing compound. That's to happen soon. But for now we need to get this up into the room because we found we need to make a little cut into it. So can you go straight in that gap? So see how this flat plinth is beautiful and straight and lovely and flat? Well, it turns out that's wrong. We need to cut a dimple into it. Somewhere about a third of the way along, so about here somewhere we need to chop and lower that surface down, probably from that grey line back actually. We need to lower that surface down. The reason being, our washer dryer machine that we have is about 50mm taller than a standard cabinet for some reason. And to figure out where that new surface level needs to be, we're going to stick a cabinet at this end and one at the other end. And that's going to allow us to put a string line between it, measure down and get our new surface level. Actually, you know what? We can stick our bench on that. That'll be the first time we've actually been able to see this bench on this plinth. I think that's probably what we're going to do.
I've seen it from the dark side so many times. If your goal is to win me over, if you want to give me closure, better love me and hold me and never give up. Slow it down. Walk slowly and talk slowly and walk. Better move slowly.
So just on.
Yeah, I just need to get out from...
Just need to move it that way slightly. Can you
Okay,
move it what
yeah.
you need? Just grip
Yeah.
like an inch.
3, 2, 1.
Stop.
Is it there?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a better height than it was for a long way.
It's great, eh?
Yeah.
I like it quite, actually quite high compared.
Tall people will like being down here.
That's a great space behind for all of the plumbing and stuff. Brilliant.
Is it? You happy?
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Oh, look.
Look how much room I've got on the ground to run pipes, and then look how much physical space I've got behind each cabinet, you know? I don't really want to take it out now. Let's just hook the plumbing back up and be done
Yeah,
with it.
man, I don't want to move anything. Can we have the drawers?
Just fucking sicker it in. It's done.
It'll be fine.
Epoxy everything. Do it properly. Obviously, epoxy the sicker, and you'll be fine.
That's right, of course. Wow, it
we don't want
looks
to be rough.
amazing.
Yeah.
Wow, it's really so cool. But that's going to be like a flat window. You can move around without worrying about the window opening.
It's going to be great, eh?
Look how it's all around here.
You happy with that? Just heaving the gully back together.
Yeah, cool.
This is where the washer dryer sits. Now the problem is, these cupboards are all a uniform height of 800mm. The dryer washer, for some bizarre reason, is 50mm taller, which is a bit weird because they're all kind of built to be, like pretty much every washer and dryer is built to be the similar size, so they fit in standard sort of cabinet sizes. For some reason, it's 850, so we have to basically drop, I don't know, 50, 60mm down in this area. So that's the reason we're putting the bench together like we have, is so that we can figure out, okay, where exactly are we going to cut, and then how far down are we going to go. And I didn't know that until I've got the bench sitting on top of these guys. I am wondering about these, like I might get the top drawer and throw them in, because I am wondering if I'm going to be able to get it closed under this lip.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Because the lip hangs down ever so slightly, and I don't think I can actually do
You
that.
can't, can you? No, they're above that.
So
I
so
can tell you now you can't.
the easiest way to solve that is just put a bit of plywood on top of each of these, and that'll lift it up above that lip.
You're assuming the height's right.
Well, you buy the plywood to suit whatever you want.
No, I mean for this.
How far is it from the surface of that wood to the bottom of that lip?
15. Exactly.
Okay.
Just have a look, you'll see what I mean. There's a gap of 5mm. Ah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yep. Huh. It's 20. Well, it's actually 19, but it's say 20.
Yeah. So we get some 20mm ply and make lids for the cabinets, and then this will sit exactly. Will help strengthen up the cabinets a bit because it's just a bit more bracing. So.
Wow.
Lovely.
So that we've got to cut those and we've got to seal them
Yeah.
before they go in.
Yeah. What I really would love to do, and I know this is a right pain in the ass, is get the corner cabinet out and put it in and get rid of this one, because the corner cabinet dictates everything more than that. Because if I cut it to suit that, the corner cabinet might, I don't know where it comes to, and that's more critical than that one.
Oh my God.
I know, it's got a max of 650.
Do you know where to locate that colour?
Yep, I know exactly where it is.
Are you being sarcastic?
Nope.
Oh, there's the heavenly words.
Better move slowly. Give me someone else. You are dangerous. Walk slowly and talk slowly.
That's why I wanted to get this out from down
Oh, look at that.
because if I didn't, we'd be fucked.
How does
So
it doesn't
that's got to
fit?
come out. So that's got to come out. So I'll lift if you pull that out.
Pull what out, sorry?
This one. This.
I got this out.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just shimmy that out of the way. Okay. Now that one's got to go under the corner. I told him that we might be adding a bit onto here. I think he's built it to allow for that.
That makes sense because nothing will fit in
It
there.
doesn't fit otherwise. What I'm proposing is that we measure this the dimensions we want, and I take it to a cabinet maker and I say, can you shave 100mm off this side? And they do it with their brilliant tool. Maybe get Cole to do it.
Oh, Cole could do it.
Honestly, I would rather pay it in this area because it's such a visual thing. Than have one manky corner that I've fucked up. I know I'm not going to be able to get it perfect, and it will always be a shit job.
I wish I had better hands because I could take my time and get it done, but I can't
know.
hold my hands steady enough.
And I don't have the skills or the tools to make a good job of it. You need a beautiful table saw to get a nice straight line, and I don't have any of those things.
So you can do the measurements and
Yeah.
get it right, and then they
Absolutely.
can move it.
Absolutely. I'd get them to do all of it because then I know it's going to be right. So especially if someone like Cole did it.
Okay.
He's great.
He's so busy all the time though.
I know. But if I went over there and batted my eyelids, he's a Kiwi. Oh, interesting news. The New Zealand accent was voted the sexiest accent of all of the accents. If that's not a reason to subscribe, I don't know what is.
Who voted that?
don't know.
I thought Irish was the most sexiest voice.
Probably a New Zealand poll. I don't know. I don't know.
What do New Zealanders think the most sexy voice
But New
is?
Zealanders have voted themselves the most sexy accent in the world. They just didn't invite anyone else to the poll.
Where did you read this? Who
I can't
did it?
remember. Online, so it has to be true.
Do you want to just do the measurements and then I'll help you move stuff around when you're ready?
Yeah. 400 plus 600. How wide is our washing machine? Right, 605. No, it has to be the exact width of the bench. Yeah, 800. Didn't think about that. Jess, can we have a conversation? So, I need to get 860mm from the bottom of there
Yeah.
to the ground. Well, like, I need to lower it that far.
Yeah.
which is basically the steel work. I have to cut the plinth entirely to get to that height. We like just scoping as we go in. Like I can't.
What is the exact number?
I need 860 and I've got 865 between there and the ground.
You need 860 and you've got 865.
So if I cut it off completely, I'd have 5 millimeters of clearance to get it in.
And that's the high side?
That's the short side. This side's slightly forward.
Yeah, it's the higher side of the...
Yeah, which is the side that matters.
Okay.
There's no need to level the floor, I'll just adjust the legs on the washing machine.
Okay, good.
It's got screw adjusters. But getting it in, it'll just clear the stains. And then the curve on the machine will sit up under it anyway, so that's fine. Alright, cool. So I need to basically chop this thing then. I need to get in here and start chopping this section out. I'm going to do it with my skill saw. The trouble is that my skill saw has a plunge depth of about probably, I don't know, 60 mil, something like that. This is about 85 mil. So what I'm going to do is cut through as much as I can with that saw, and then I'm going to finish the last 20 mil of each cut just with a hand saw. But I don't want to gark up the floor, so I'm going to lift the whole assembly up, put it on some blocks of wood. I can chuck a bit of tin or something right at the bottom, so when I'm hand sawing it and it goes through, it's not going to smash in and dig through the paint and what have you. Then sort of dealing with 3 smaller bits is going to be a lot easier than trying to disassemble this whole thing, stick the cabinet somewhere else, put the bench somewhere else just to get 2 cuts and then bring it all back in and assemble the whole thing. Oh, let's just do that. Yeah, that's all good and well, that's the easy side. That side there has screws right down where I need to cut, and I was smart, I filled the tops up with resin. I don't believe it. That never happens. And that only took 40 minutes. Lovely new wood saw. One. Two.
Don't know what you do, but you make me feel fine. And you can't deny we are not just killing time. You should let me know if you want this true. Baby, you just make me feel crazy. A little crazy for you. Yeah.
Rightio, this is the end that we sliced off with our saw, both saws, the mechanical saw and the manual saw. What I need to do is, that's essentially flat right the way across. This beam is cut the same as the plywood. I need to shimmy this in 15 mil so I can put a layer of ply in there and basically seal that off against the floor. So today we are going to be slopping off 15 mil at this end, and also at this end here, roll it back up, we've got our mark put in there. I need to basically square off that whole end and do exactly the same, put some ply in there and seal it off. Now I do want to make this self-draining, so I'm not going to make it self-draining into the hallway because sorry, this won't actually go into the hallway. This is the one that's cut that basically stops, center of the boat is about there, so water's not going to run that way, it's all going to run that way. What I will do at this end, this is not an end that you can easily see, you have to physically get your head over in a funny angle to see it. So what I will do is with the plywood that I put at this end, in the corners I'm going to do a small recess, like a 20mm hole, something like that. So I realised that I hadn't quite cut enough off, so I'm using the drop saw to get a real nice vertical line straight down, and then just double checking my measurements that I've got it bang on 15mm in from the edge. God, it's a garbage finish on this ply. No, that's too dodgy. If the saw grabs that piece of plywood lip that's sticking out, it's going to fire straight back at me. That's a stonking great wood screw. Didn't even know that was there. That will do us. Screws, sticky in the machine, and wood juice. Right, good side out.
Well, Dame waits for the end caps on the main plinth to dry, gets on with the corner plinth.
That's how we'll do it. Right, your waste, you're good. Feels like my plinth is starting to shrink. This is the edge that you'll see. Dishwasher will slide in past this part here, so we need to shave back 15mm so that we can cap that off with ply. Now we have made a slight design change. Jess and I have been thinking that once these are on the ground, they get a big bead of sealant all the way around them that glues them to the floor. That's what holds them down. They're going to be sealed boxes, so there's no chance of water getting under here. So rather than put drain holes in these, we're actually going to seal them fully, and they'll be basically sealed up tanks on the bottom. So I'm going to go that way around. That end will be capped off. Equivalent at that end, that'll be capped off as well. And nothing's going to get inside. So we don't have to factor in water or draining under here, which is going to be quite cool. Yep. Okay, cool. Right. Glue and screw, that one's done. right now Jess is trying to upload an episode and it's going so glacially slow. I think we had 0.88 megabytes a second of upload, which is, I mean, whoa, dial up, eat your heart out. However, Elon Musk is throwing a whole bunch of satellites into the sky, and we signed up for Starlink. So that's pretty exciting. I have no idea when we're going to get the satellite. I've been looking at the Starlink equipment, and I'm not convinced that it's massively boat suitable at the moment. And the reason I say that, I'm sure it will be fine, but the reason I say that is mainly because it's the dish pointing up at the sky, which kind of acts like a water collection unit. So what I'm thinking, radio waves go through fiberglass. So when I get this Starlink dish, I'm kind of thinking of building a dome over top of the dish so that the dish can do its twiddly twiddlies inside, and it'll be a fiberglass dome so it doesn't affect the radio waves, and it'll protect it from getting any seawater and crap on top. I don't know if that's going to be the final outcome, but that's my guess at this stage.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but it feels like love. Yeah, it feels like love. Yeah. Don't know what you do, but you make me feel fine.
So you can sort of see the big cuts that we made. Can you see that little scratch just there? That's the 15mm mark that I made with my verniers. Same deal on that side, you can see the mark just there. Gives you an idea of how easy it is to get it accurate with the drop saw. Lovely! So my plan is to basically glue and screw these together like I have, and then I'm going to let that glue dry, and then I'll trim the wood to size and get it unique.
Don't know what you do, but you make me feel fine. And you can't deny we are not just
I need to smooth this down now. So this is the front face that you see. This is the underside that you won't necessarily see, but it's visible if you climb down on the floor. I want to put a radius into this corner and hide this gap all the way through. Now I also need to make sure that this is completely flush. So at the moment it's sticking up. You can sort of feel there's a wee bit of a lip there, run your fingernail over that. So I'm just going to rip that down with some 80 grit and get that smooth and flat, and then I'll go through and we'll start working on the radius in this corner.
Look at these cute little things. Beautiful! Sneak peek for next week. Jess puts her tools in the bucket of goo. She squishes it around. Oh, look at that. The skills on this one. Squishy, squishy. Oh, yeah. Oh, she's got her finger in the goo. No, now she's got tools in the goo. Crikey. Ba-dum, ba-ba-ba-dum, bum-ba.